Sejam todos bem-vindos. Meus caros amigos, nós temos alguns amigos da mídia que não falam em português, da mídia canadiana, portanto nós vamos falar em inglês. Eis a razão que vão ouvir-nos a falar em inglês, tá bem? Mas depois podemos fazer entrevistas e tomar as vossas perguntas em português se for preciso, tá bem? Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to have all these amazing folks here with us this evening. My name is Tony Câmara. I'm a proud member of Portugal Heritage Fest Committee. And I'm so excited that we're kicking off this day on our new journey to finally celebrate the Portuguese heritage at Celebration Square in Mississauga on Saturday, September 10th. I am going to pass it over to our president, our co-founder of this amazing idea, to speak a little more about Portugal and offer you a few words. Senhora Maria Esteves.
Thank you, Tony. Welcome, everyone. It's really nice to see everybody today, and thank you for coming in and sharing this absolutely amazing evening with us. As Tony said, my name is Maria de Fátima Esteves. I am the co-founder with Eddie Solomon of Portugal Portuguese Heritage, Inc. I'll give you a little bit about the history of how this Portugal Portuguese Heritage, Inc. Started. 3.5 years ago, Eddie and I, we often go, before COVID that is, but we often went for long coffee dates. And talking about, we're both very passionate about our roots, our Portuguese roots. And we were just talking about that, and we looked at each other, and it was almost like instantaneously we thought the same thing. Why isn't the Portuguese culture being on the forefront of Celebration Square? Everybody else does. All the other cultures do. Why shouldn't we? We've been here. We've been in Canada for so many years. We have such a rich culture. Let's do it. Do you want to do it? Yeah, let's do it. So we said, well, you know, we pull our sleeves up and said, let's go and talk to some people. So one of the first people that I spoke with was Paulo Távora from Távora Foods. And I said, Paulo, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think? I think it's a great idea. I think you guys, you should do it. And I'm going to support you all along, all the way. I said, great. We'll get back to you. We did get back to Paulo and said, Paulo, we'd like you to be on our board of directors. And he said, absolutely. And you can count on me. And he was very instrumental in getting this off the ground, this Portugal Portuguese Heritage Inc., because we did incorporate. So Paulo and Paulo Távora and Távora Foods, thank you. I mean, without you, I don't know if we'd be here today. So you were the first person that I reached out to, and you're the first person that actually not only became a volunteer board of directors member, but the first sponsorship. So thank you, Paul. I think we... The second person that second and third person people, because I think they were in the same place, actually was here at Mississauga Convention Center, Cliff and Tony Câmara. And I said, Eddie and I sat down and said, guys, guess what? We're going to be doing this. Absolutely, they both said. I think this is great, overdue, we're in. And from there on, then I spoke with other members, and I will ask the board members to come up later on. But that's how it started. So we incorporated. We made an application for Celebration Square, not knowing if we were going to be accepted, because there were a lot of people that in other cultures that wanted to showcase their culture as well. But we did get it in 2021. Wow. Our dear COVID had other plans for us. So we had to put it on hold. Did another application for Celebration Square in 2022, 2021, late 2021, and in 2022, in January, we were told we were accepted. So, yes, we're in. This is only the first of many, and I think we are all here observing history being made. So thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for your support. I would like to also acknowledge our title sponsor, the Portugal sponsorship, and that was is from local Laiuna Local 183, Laiuna OPDC, and Mr. Jack Oliveira. He sends his regrets, but he did have other commitments, previous commitments. So, but he sends his best, and they're completely behind us. So that's absolutely amazing. Our hosts. Cliff, MCC, thank you so much for being hosts tonight, for the amazing spread over there. Thank you. I see Jorge Marcel, the president of the PCCM, Portuguese Cultural Center of Mississauga, and Ricardo Santos, the vice president. Thank you so much for being here. Very proud, we're all very proud of the community partnership that we have with you. And thank you for your support. Looking forward to working with you guys. Now I want to give you a little glimpse into Portugal. What's Portugal going to be like? Well, Portugal is going to be fun. Portugal is going to be in people's lips, on people's lips for a long time. We're going to showcase our Portuguese traditions, the cuisine, the folklore, the music. We're going to have public interaction. We're going to have local talent, wonderful local talent. We're going to have an international talent as well coming from Portugal. We're going to have a children's zone, lots of vendors. Featuring Portuguese cuisine as well, and not only Portuguese cuisine as well, but because this is a free event, so we want to bring as many people from other cultures into Celebration Square in order to showcase, we're here, we've been here, now we're coming out and letting you guys know that we are still here and we're, forging ahead. And we're going to have something very unique, and we call it the group wedding Lisbon style. What it is, I don't know if all of you have heard of the Noivas de Santo António, which is the brides of St. Anthony in Lisbon. It was started in 1958 by a very popular newspaper called O Diário Popular. And what they wanted to do at that time was to help couples who wanted to be wedded but did not have the financial means to do so. So they put on this group wedding. I believe it was 26 of them at the very first few years, where they basically gave them a wedding. It went on for many years until 1974. In 1974, there was an interlude of 30 years until 2004. 2004, City Council of Lisbon decided that, hey, this Noivas Santo António, the braids of St. Anthony, needs to happen again. And this happens at St. Anthony's Day, the eve of St. Anthony's Day, which is June the 12th. St. Anthony's Day is the 13th. And no, it's not a religious wedding only. They do have couples who want to, who choose to get married in the Sé, which is the biggest church in Lisbon, but we do have the just public ceremonies as well. They do have that as well. So 16 of the couples get married together, like in a group. So as a tribute to that, and because Lisbon is the capital of our beautiful Portugal, we decided that we're doing this tribute and we're bringing it, and we're also want to help people or couples who really want to get married and might not have the opportunity to do so financially. So it's going to be happening. We do have on our website and a little bit more about the tradition behind the Brides of St. Anthony and a little bit of the history. We are actively looking for the 3 couples that are going to be getting married together. So if you, media, our friends in the media, if you can help us with that and help us with the, letting everyone know that we are going to be doing Portuguese Portugal Fest, and we'd really appreciate it. Now, on another note, contrary to belief from some people that we've heard from, there is no parade. There never was a parade planned. There will never be a parade planned. And that's basically, you can quote me on that just in case anybody is wondering. I'd like to actually ask our board members to come up, and I'll introduce you one by one if you guys don't mind. Tony Câmara, I think everybody knows that you are. He's our MC. You will be our MC as well at Portugal Fest, and his band will also be performing. So thank you, Tony. Paulo Távora, everybody knows Paulo Távora. My husband, Henry Fernandes Esteves. Cliff Silveira from the, oh, you can come up, thank you. Teresa Calamanici, she's the only person who's not Portuguese, but she is Italian. She does have 2 beautiful daughters, one of which is married to a Portuguese, and she thought that because of her grandchildren from that marriage, should also have a really great grandma that wants to find out about and get involved with part of their heritage. So I think it's great. Thank you, Teresa. And Tansy Late, where are you? Tansy is part of our board of directors as well. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. There was one more. Where's Eddie? My co-founder, my mana, my everything. Just come on over here. And this lady's absolutely amazing, outstanding work. And without her, this couldn't happen. So thank you, everybody. And like Tony said, afterwards, just if you want any questions answered or whatever. In the meantime, I'm going to ask Tony to come up and talk to you about entertainment, which is absolutely going to be amazing. Thank you.
Okay, entertainment. And I am going to apologize. I'm not going to tell you much because we want to keep you in suspense until the day. But I do want to acknowledge some of our local artists who will take part in the event. They're great friends. They've been great supporters of Portugal since its inception. Therefore, I want a nice shout out to Mr. César Russo. Levanta-te, rapaz, não tenhas medo. Mr. Victor Martins. Yes. Senhora Lídia Ferreira. Lídia Souza, sorry, Lídia. I know, I'm not, no more Coke for me. And you know what? We're in very good hands with a good dear friend who knows how to make us sound even better than what we sound naturally. Mr. 5-star Steve Ferreira is going to be on the soundboard. Yes. And it's a jam-packed day, folks. It's just like the motto says, it's very diverse. We're going to have food, we're going to have culture, history, we're going to have great music, folklore. It's ambitious, but we're excited to be kicking this off. And yeah, we just want your support, and we hope to see you all there. And you do have a nice little QR code, so if you scan the QR code, you can go to our website. It's got all of our tags for social media. So we ask that you follow us and stay tuned over the next coming months. You'll get some teases from us, and we'll divulge what else is happening that day for you. That's basically it. Thank you so much for your presence here today. We really appreciate your support. And we still have some food left over there, and we'll be hanging around if anybody wants to ask any questions. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Good night.